Hi, I'm Jason Crothers, pastor of Community Life here at Desert Hills, and I'm excited to introduce to you today our new elder candidate, Dr. Mike Zgoda. And now, Mike, it has been a great joy to get to know you through this whole elder training process. And I just want to take the opportunity to help everyone else get to know you and ask you a few questions. And first of all, would you just explain to us what that process has been for you? What are some things that you've learned as you've gone through that training and that elder candidating process?
Sure. So the process actually started off with a 6-month in-depth study of what it means to be an elder. And then it was not until after that a few men were approached to be considered even for elder in training. And then that process was over a year now. So we're looking at a year to 18 months of time. And during this process was both me learning about the hearts and minds of the men that lead this church, and them learning the same about myself and my family. And one of the things I really learned was that, one, through the study of what it means to be an elder in this church, is how to be a shepherd in this congregation is truly biblical. Their focus is to not just lead, but to help to bear the burdens and to really pour into those people that God has put under them for spiritual growth and leadership. And seeing the hearts and how committed these men were was truly an encouragement to me. You also learn a lot about yourself and what it is that you are willing to step into. And seeing how these men do that, and then vetting me to see if I am both capable and have the acumen to do that, was really a wonderful process to go through, and I've been truly encouraged in the Lord in doing so.
Great. And it's been a privilege just to get to know you and have you sit in on those meetings and share some of your insight. And it's been a joy just to get to know you and develop a friendship. And so my hope is that through this process, people will get to know you better, get to know your heart. And so what's some things that you wish people knew about you and what you're passionate about?
Well, apart from my relationship with Christ, the most important thing in my life is that of my family. There's my wife, Tammy, and my 3 children, Stacy, Mason, and Michael. Stacy's my oldest. She's in her 30s. I would never say her actual age. And she is currently serving as a missionary with her husband and my 4 grandchildren in Bulgaria. My middle daughter's name is Mason. She is actively involved in the congregation here. Sometimes she sings, she participates in young adults, she actually helps to teach in the student ministry from time to time. And my son, Michael, is currently in law school in Florida, so he's not here in Arizona at the time. Another thing that I really want to share is that when we first came here, we came here in the middle of COVID. And so the rest of the world was shut down, but not Desert Hills. And as we searched and went about trying to find, because we hadn't moved here, and so one of the first things we wanted to do was find a church family to become a part of. And we could not find anything until we arrived here. And it was when we got here we felt it was palpable, the level of joy. Of course, there was the leadership in the church, and there was the worship, but there was something different. And it was the true joy, despite the circumstances, that people shared, and we wanted to be part of that. And that is why we came here. So we've been part of Desert Hills now for going on 3 years.
Well, that's great. And it's been a joy to get to know you and your family. And my hope is that in the next couple of months that the rest of the church family will get to know you and meet you. And so we just want to invite you, if you have any questions or you want to get to know them, walk up and ask them. Get to meet them. And we'll stay tuned for any other announcements regarding interviewing him. And so thank you, Mike, for being here. Thank you for sharing your heart with us.
And thank you for having me. Appreciate it.